Number 1, geography. So in the last lecture, we discussed about the two approaches of geography. First was systematic approach and second was regional approach. Systematic approach was based upon individually where we took one element and go through with the study of the whole world or a part of it, right? Second approach was regional approach, in which we identified a region and uh, and studied about that region thoroughly, about every element of related to that region, right? So these were the two approaches we discussed in our previous lecture. Now there are some uh, branches of geography based on, some are based upon systematic approach while some are based upon regional approach. So here we will discuss the branches of geography based upon each approach. So branches of geography based on systematic approach first. How many branches of geography based on systematic approach? There are three branches of geography which are based on systematic approach. First is physical geography, second is human geography or cultural geography, and third is biogeography. These are three main branches which are based on systematic approach, but each of them have some sub branches of geography, right? So consider the first one, physical geography. Physical geography, it has four branches, or we can say four sub branches of physical geography. First is geomorphology. Physical geography, remember students, physical geography is related to the natural things which are created by God, like our land, climate, water, soil, right? So these branches are also based on these elements. For like first is geomorphology, which is related to the landforms. Like geo means earth, right? Morphology means different types. So it is concerned with the study of landforms. You can see the different landforms on the surface of the earth. Like for example, in India, there are mountains, Himalayan mountains in the northern part of India. Central part of India consists plateau region. Even western part consists deserted regions. ऐसे ही जो हमारा northern plain is formed by the river valleys. So there are different type of landforms, even continents, oceans. There are different type of landforms on the surface of the earth. So geomorphology is concerned with the study of all these landforms, right? Second is climatology. Climatology is related to the climate. Every element of climate can be studied in the climatology. There are different elements of the climate like temperature, rainfall, atmospheric pressure, winds, currents. All these elements can be studied in the climatology. Third is hydrology. Hydrology, it is related to the water bodies. There are different water bodies found on the surface of the earth. There are oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds. Every water body can be studied in the hydrology, which is a branch of physical geography, because water is very important. Even the land climate is also very important for the human beings. But it played a vital role in human life, right? Fourth is soil geography. Soil geography, as its name suggests, it is concerned with the study of soil. We studied in this part that which type of soils are found, where these are found, how the soil formed, what are the factors behind the soil formation, etc. So these are the four main branches of physical geography. Now you are able to understand these all these branches are related to the natural things: geomorphology, landforms; climatology, climate; hydrology means related to water; and soil geography means related to soil. Correct? Now the second branch of physical geography, which is based on systematic approach, the second branch of geography is human geography. Human geography. So, as its name suggesting, human geography is mainly concerned with the human beings. All the cultural or man-made features like houses, villages, towns, railways, transportation system, settlements, all these can be studied in the human geography, which we will study in the next year. This year you will study the physical geography, some part of geomorphology, climatology, hydrology, soil geography. This is a small part we will study in this year. Next year we will study the human geography, all about the human beings, where what is the population, what is the density, what are the distribution of the population throughout the world or in India, what type of settlements are found in the world, what type of transportation system is developing from the ancient to modern times. All about human beings is the mainly concern of human geography. There are some sub branches of human geography are: first is social or cultural geography. Social and cultural geography, it means it the main it is mainly concerned with the society and its cultural elements. How was the society in the ancient times, what type of changes are undergone since ancient times to the modern times, what type of culture is found in the different part of the world, etc. Right? Second is population and settlement geography. Settlement geography means, as I told you, that what type of settlements are found in the world. There are two types of settlements, mainly rural and urban. When we classified the settlement, we classified it into broadly two types: rural and urban. In simple way, rural means villages and urban means town, cities, metropolitan cities, etc. Right? So both urban and rural settlements, what are its characteristics, what are its consequences, all these can be studied in the settlement geography. Similarly, population geography, which is a sub branch of demography, and in this section we learn about all about the population. All about the population means, what is the population, number of people living in a particular region or a country, what is the distribution of the population throughout the world, what is the growth rate of the population in the different parts of the world, what are the characteristics of the population, what type of occupation the people adopted in the different part of the world, what type of activities, economic activities are performing by the people of a particular region. All these we will study in the population geography. Third is rural geography. Rural geography is a sub branch of the settlement geography, which is primarily concerned with the rural areas of any country. Rural areas, as I told you, it is like our villages. It is the second name, you can say, villages. So it is primarily concerned with the rural areas or the villages. how the people lives in the rural areas, what are the population of rural areas, how we can divide the population in rural and urban areas, and what are the occupation of rural people, etc. What type of facilities are found in the rural areas, everything about villages we studied in the rural geography. Similarly, the urban geography is also a sub part of settlement geography, and it is primarily concerned with the urban areas. Urban areas included, remember, urban areas included town, cities, million plus cities, metropolitan cities, everything. It is all these are included urban areas. Students, actually we divided the population in rural and urban areas by the population. In India, if there is the population of any region is less than 5,000 persons, it will be considered as a rural areas, and the main occupation of the rural area, rural people is farming. Right, 75%. Two criterias we have taken to classify the settlements in rural and urban. Rural, where the population is less than 5,000, and the 75% people are engaged in primary activities. And urban areas, where the population is more than 5,000 persons, and the main occupation of the people of urban areas is secondary or tertiary activities. Right, so urban geography related to the urban areas, while it can be a town, it can be a city, it can be a million plus, it can be a metropolitan cities, and every characteristic of the urban people can be studied in the urban geography. Urban geography is related to the population, their occupation, age and sex composition, literacy rate, health status, everything. Fifth branch is economic geography. Economic geography is related to the economic activities of man. Economic activities, there are three types of economic activities: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary activities is related to the uh, natural things, and secondary activities is related to the manufacturing, and tertiary activities are related to the services and high professionals. So in this geography, we studied about the activities of man, like agriculture, fishing, mining, industry, transport, trade. All these three activities, right? Sixth branch is agricultural geography. Agricultural geography is related to the entire aspects of agriculture. What is the total agricultural land, how the land is using in the agriculture, what type of agriculture is done on the land, intensive agriculture is its area, factors affecting agriculture, all about agriculture we learn in the agricultural geography. Next is industrial geography. Industrial geography is related to the industries, which are the main region of the industries. There are some regions which are known for the industrial growth, right? Like in Europe, in Germany, Ruhr region, okay, USA, Appalachian region, they are the most industrial region, like Bangalore in India, right? So these are the major industrial region. Why the industry tends to locate in these regions? What are the distribution of the industries throughout the world or a continent or a country? What are the main factors which affect the industrial location? Because the industry is located in a particular region due to the favorable conditions. So what are these favorable conditions? We studied all about in this industrial geography. Trade and transport, it is related to the study of trade and transport. Since ancient times, human beings are engaged in trade. In ancient times, it was restricted in our surrounding areas. Now these days, the whole world become a global village. Now the trade is done throughout the world. So what is the changes? What are the trade? What are the trade policies? Different trends in trades we learn in the trade geography. Similarly, transportation system. First of all, there was bullock cart, and now these days there are ships, there are aeroplanes. These are the different trends in transportation system. Also different routes of land, water, air, pipelines. What are the factors affecting the transportation facilities? What are its consequences? All these we learn about in trade and transport. And the next is historical geography. Historical geography, as we studied in earlier, that geography is directly or indirectly related to the history. So if we have to plan for our future, we go through with our past also. So historical development provide a base for our future development. And what are the lacking in our past, we can improve it in our future. So while for the planning of our future, we have to study our past. So in the historical geography, historical development of any region, of a region we studied. So most of the geographical feature experience changes with the passage of time and form the concern of historical geography. The last branch of human geography is political geography, because geography is related to the distribution of agriculture, distribution of mineral deposits, trade routes, transport routes. All these can be studied when we have the knowledge of political boundaries, right? Political boundaries like a trade is depend upon the relationships of different countries. We will trade with the country or a person to them while when we have a good relation with them, right? So political geography is concerned with the political events and studies boundaries, space, relations between different countries, election scenario, etc. So these are the 10 branches of human geography, and some little part we will study it in our next class, 12th standard, right? The third main branch of geography is biogeography. Biogeography, bio means living organisms, right? So biogeography is mainly concerned, or it is interface between physical geography and human geography. As you studied in your earlier classes, that the where the lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere meet, and it provides the base of living organisms, right? So biogeography is also interface between physical geography, means natural things, and human geography. So when they interface, then the development of biogeography occurs. It has also four sub branches. First is plant geography. In this part, we studied about the flora, forest, grassland, and its distribution. What are the factors affect the forest and growth of forest and grassland, whatever. Second is zoogeography, which is related to the fauna, means animals. Which type of animals are found in the different parts of the world, what are the distribution of animals, even microorganisms are also studied in this part. Third is human ecology. Human ecology, because from the ancient time to the modern times, human is interacting with their natural environment, with its surroundings, and create the possibilities of its development. So there is a changing relationship of human beings with the nature. In ancient times, we studied a term, naturalization of human, where the total control is in the hand of nature. As the nature dictates, we human beings do, right? But with the help of technology, we interact with the nature and control the nature to a limited extent, and the result is this: we are now can predict any natural calamities. We can prevent ourselves, from these calamities, etc. So what is the changing relationship of human beings with the nature, and what are its consequences? As we are developing, we are harming the nature, and its consequences is this: the natural calamities are going on very frequently, like earthquake, volcanic eruption, floods, droughts. Very frequently they are done, they are creating in this time. Next is environmental geography. It's a new branch of biogeography which is related to the quality of natural environment. Like in these days, due to uh, the industrialization, urbanization, we are harming the nature, and our environment is becoming polluted. There is a noise pollution, there is a water pollution, there is a air pollution, and its consequences is that it is harming the human beings. Many and several diseases are spreading due to these pollution. So all these environmental problems are the main attention of the environmental geography, right? Now we studied branches of geography. On the systematic approach, there are three main branches: physical geography, human geography, and biogeography. Physical geography have four sub branches: geomorphology related to land, climatology related to climate, hydrology related to water, soil geography related to soil. Second main branch of geography, human geography. It has 10 branches: social or cultural geography, population and settlement geography, rural geography, urban geography, economic geography, agricultural geography, industrial geography, trade and transport, historical geography, and political geography. And the last main branch of physical geography is biogeography, which have four sub branches: plant geography, zoo geography, human ecology, environmental geography. Students, in till your graduation, you will study the systematic approach, right? So regional approach, we will not focus on the in the detail on regional approach. So there are some branches of geography based on regional approach. First is regional studies, area study. In this, we studied the area at micro and macro and micro basis. Okay, micro means when we took a small area, and macro when we took a large area and do the intensive study of these areas. Second is the regional planning. Regional planning, when we took a region, whether it is a rural area or a urban area, and we make a planning with the help of its historical development. Third is regional development. Then we make when we make the planning of a region, we do the efforts for the development of that region. Regional analysis, there are two aspects which are common to every discipline. These are philosophy. Second is method of technique. Philosophy means geographical thought. Regional analysis, when we analyze a region, why these are happening in this region, why these factors are missing in this region. No, so this is based upon geographical thought. And second, land and human interaction, how the land and human is interacting in a particular region. Next is cartography. Cartography means map making. Okay, so this is a map making technique. Next is quantitative technique or statistical techniques. We will use some graphs, we will use some maps, we will use some pictographs. In next year, we will do all these in our practical section. So these are some quantitative and statistical techniques which we use to analyze any region. Next is field survey method. Field survey method is the best example is census. Census, in the census, the people came to your houses and ask about the detail of your family members. How many family members are there, how many males, how many females, what are the occupation, what are the literacy status of your family, whatever. Like this field survey methods, there are many field surveys which we will discuss in the next section. Next is geoinformatic comprising techniques such as remote sensing, which help us to know about the remote areas where the human beings can't go. GIS system, geographic information system, global positioning system, which always used by us now these days. When we don't know about any region, we use the GPS system, right? Like similarly, land information system. Uh, Technique, this geoinformatic technique help us to know about the land. Similarly, space information technology, SIT, like our satellites, all these. We use the satellites or all these to get the information about the spatial information or the space information. So these are some branches of geography which are based on regional geography. Now the last topic is a geographer should have some proficiency in mathematics. Why? Because a geographer must have the knowledge of mathematics. There are some reasons. First is astronomical location, because we deal with the planets, sun, moon. We have to study about these astronomical features, because our earth is related to them. Our earth is come from the sun. So about to know about these features, we have to we have to calculate the distance between the planets, the distance of planet from the sun, from their moon, etc. And we can calculate these only when we have the knowledge of maths. Second, we have to latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes help to locate the any region on the globe, on the surface of the earth. If we have to know the location of any region, any country, any continent, we have to draw the latitudes and longitudes, which are in degrees. So it also needs the maths. Third, to convert globe into map. No doubt, globe is the true representative of the earth, and but the disadvantage of globe is that it cannot be carried far off places due to its large size and wide space. So we have to convert the globe into map, which is two dimensional. So globe is a three dimensional feature and map is two dimensional. So we have to convert the three dimensional into two dimensional, and this also need a uh, uh, great knowledge of math. For other purposes, like cartography, we discussed in the branches based on regional approach, GIS, GPS. All these techniques needs the Maths, statistical diagrams, different graphs, line graph, bar graph, all these can be done only when we have the knowledge of maths. Now, what is the importance of physical geography? Physical geography is related to the lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Lithosphere. Lithosphere, as I told you, it is related to the landforms, drainage, relief, and physiography. Landforms, plain area, mountain area, etc. Drainage system means water body. Relief, it is a rugged or plain. Physiography, there is a waterfall, there is a terrain, all these. So these elements are important because they influence the man's activities. So in like soil provide the rich base of agriculture. So in the fertile soil area, population is very high. Similarly, where there is there water is um, water is available easily